In today's top story, actor Morgan Freeman and famed marketing guru Frankie Finn sat down in a much anticipated interview to show you how you can grow your business. TNT News has the latest.
Frankie here. Hello, I'd like to welcome my very special guest today, Morgan Freeman, and definitely not his voice impersonator who works for near slave wages.
I take it I'm not going to get paid for this, am I?
Of course you are. The check is in the mail.
Can you please remind me after to fire my agent?
Hey, wait a minute.
All right. So let's just get this over with already.
Good, I'm very excited to do this interview with you as well.
Yeah. Go ahead and tell these people how they can grow their business.
Okay, so I'm about to reveal a little secret here for getting the most passionate customers to buy lots and lots of stuff from you. Let me explain.
Yeah.
I've been fortunate to help numerous business owners increase their sales by over $1 million per year. And over the course of this training, I'm going to show you guys some really wild stuff you can use, like how to write advertisements that attract customers like clockwork, without you sort of chasing them in any way, all without looking like a hypey in-your-face douchebag, because nobody wants that. That's a highly technical term, by the way. But here's the really awesome part. Once you learn how to spend $1 to get $2 or more of profit in your business, how much can you grow? So today we get to do something really cool. I'm not only going to show you how to get more customers, but a very specific type of customer, which is ones that actually have real enthusiasm to do business with you. But first, there's a good chance you're probably expecting me to show you a fancy marketing technique to drive your customers like mindless droves of zombies.
Must buy now. Sell me stuff.
I need to buy things. It would be nice if it was that easy in real life, but unfortunately it's not. I will, however, show you the next best thing, which is highly motivated customers. A little warning though, before I can show you the really advanced tricks, we kind of have to master the fundamentals, so it's really a big warning first. I'm going to show you that if you sell to the wrong group of customers in the first place, no amount of marketing will fix it. And I personally found this out by doing a lot of really dumb stuff. And it wasn't until I figured out this first golden rule of marketing that I'm about to share with you that I was able to get kind of more cool and more fun customers who paid me lots of money. Let me explain. Firstly, I have to show you the horrible wrong way to do it.
This is really bad, and you shouldn't do this. Oh no!
So this may downright shock you a little bit, but this is everything wrong you can do in marketing your business. And that is to compete on logical principles like price, quality, dependability, good service, better product or service, been in business a long time, etc. You get the idea.
Yes.
Well, those are all good things to have. This is why all of that stuff makes it really hard on you. And I understand this may sound really counterintuitive, especially if you're new to marketing, but it's actually emotions that drive people to purchase first, and then the rational stuff comes second. So now that probably sounds a little crazy, but if your customers didn't buy with their emotions, why would so many people still be selling Viagra and penis enlargement by email? Somebody's buying it.
Whenever life gets you down, keeps you wearing a frown, and the gravy train has left you behind, I take a look at my enormous penis, and my troubles start melting away.
Today I want to show you something insanely powerful, which is the first golden rule of marketing. How to focus on an emotional market. When you do this right, I'm going to show you how I've actually used this to have customers who actually begged me to sell them stuff. Like actually literally begged me to sell them. And of course I'm going to show you how you can do it too. By the way, my very big disclaimer is that we're not going to be using this to manipulate people. Instead, we're just going to give them what they actually really want. So, but a huge warning for you, if you sell the wrong solutions to the wrong group of customers in the first place, you'll make running your business literally 1,000 times harder on yourself than it needs to be, and your marketing just won't work, and there are no amount of techniques that will fix it.
Can you explain what you mean by an emotional market?
This is really, really simple, but it has profound effects when you begin to use it. What you have to do is build your business around an urgent, god-awful problem that a lot of your customers have. And if you're not already doing this often, it just takes a few little minor tweaks to use it and get your customers really genuinely excited to do business with you.
Is there an example you can give these people of an emotional market?
Definitely. Let's take the most god-awful, boring, unemotional market on the face of the earth, for me, which is accounting. And I've got a great little story for you how in this super boring market, you can have customers that are truly inspired to do business with you. So picture this crazy scenario that actually happened to one of my clients. One day, they get a friendly little letter in the mail from the fine folks at the IRS. And get this. In this letter, you'll never guess what it says. It reads in a nice threatening tone, "Pay us lots of money, or you're going to jail for 111 years. I don't remember the exact amount of money, but it was between $200,000 and $400,000. And I don't know how they came up with 111 years. Maybe 110 just wasn't quite harsh enough, but 112 was just way over the top and way too severe. So here's where it gets interesting for you. As I was researching emotional markets to show you guys some crazy stuff that works, I came across an accountant who specialized in dealing with clients who are facing major jail time. And here's why that's amazing for you. Imagine if your customers were facing 111 years in jail if they didn't do business with you. How much easier would it be to sell them?
I see your point.
So in your business, are you selling to the right group of customers right now? Have you chosen to help the people who have really big challenges? Are you like the accountants trying to sell to anybody and everybody? Or are you like the accountant focusing on the customer that will go to jail if they don't buy from you? Which, by the way, also happens to be why I'm selling to you right now in the first place. You guys are batshit crazy. Yes, you. Alright, this is intense and very awkward, and I'm going to stop doing it. But the truth is, you really care about the success of your own business, and that's what makes you emotional about it, and that's really cool.
Makes sense. So if I'm running my business, and I don't already have an emotional market, is there anything I can do to change that?
Uh-oh. So if you're sitting there worried that you haven't chosen an emotional market to sell to, and you're totally screwed, you're right, you're totally screwed. No, I'm just kidding. It's actually really easy to fix. So let me show you a very common business that has a really cool lesson for you. Let's take the fine folks in the construction company or general contractor business model. Most of their marketing flat out sucks. You've seen it already. It's a handyman with a list of services and then basically saying they do a better job.
Yes.
Now compared to this much cooler version, in essentially the same business, there are just a few companies I found specializing that they take a customer's home and they reduce their energy cost.
Good idea.
But here's where it gets crazy when it comes to getting customers. Regardless of who's actually better at construction, who's going to find it easier to sell people? A general all-purpose handyman or a contractor who focuses on reducing people's energy bills? By the way, people are very emotional over their energy bills. Some people even have major psychotic hatreds over them, which, by the way, happens to be great news if you're selling to them. So have you chosen the right type of customer to focus on in your business?
See your point.
But here's the really big danger, and that is your market can only tell you where they are emotional. They can't give you the answer of what to sell them. That's your job to figure out.
All right.
Henry Ford said, if he had given people what they asked for, he would have made a faster horse and buggy. So let me tell you one really simple way you can find out what your customers really want. Drum roll, and that is just ask them. I know, it's really simple, but nobody actually does it. But of course you have to ask the right questions.
Makes sense.
You want to use very ninjutsu questions, like, what is your biggest challenge with blank? Or what is your most frustrating thing about blank? Sure, it's very simple, but that's how you find the market.
And if I'm a business owner and I find an emotional market, well, then what should I do?
I'm going to tell you something that sounds a bit counterintuitive and maybe even downright unconventional, but you'd rather offer less to your entire marketplace and just focus on the really emotional group with money that's going to be super motivated to do business with you.
Good idea.
Now, I know what you're probably thinking, but I'll lose all those other customers, right? I bet in this little story I'm going to tell you, you can see why that kind of thinking is actually a horrible idea that makes it a whole lot harder. So imagine a vegetarian restaurant that keeps meat on their menu. Just imagine how quickly this would backfire and totally blow up in their faces. Vegetarians would just end up losing their minds, and understandably so. They don't want to go to a place that serves meat.
Huh.
But think of the meat eaters. If you're a carnivore that eats like a T-Rex, do you really want to go to a vegetarian restaurant? So there's a valuable lesson in that for you. If you try to appeal to everyone, you just end up appealing to no one. And I call that the zero market, and it's the most scarce possible place to do business. There is really good news, though. Sometimes you don't even have to change anything you're doing, except simply just repackage what you already offer to make it appeal to those better customers.
Can you give me an example of a company that has repackaged the exact same product to an emotional market?
Remember when this craziness happened almost overnight? I'm old enough to remember when Tylenol started selling all those other products like cold and flu, back pain, nighttime, and a whole bunch of other pills instead of just regular old plain Tylenol. And why that's important is because I'm willing to bet a lot of money that if you went to the factory, you'd see the same pills go in every bottle, but just different labels. And that's really great news for you. Because Tylenol just found out their customers' problems and then repackaged the same old stuff as something new to fix it. Here's another one you'll love. Ever heard of this little company called Starbucks? Yeah, maybe, right? Starbucks did something pretty genius that you should take note of. They changed their coffee just enough that it no longer resembles their competitors. And that's important for you to model because they are their own competition and they set their own prices. I mean, no other coffee shops have the balls to charge $7 for a cup of coffee, but Starbucks actually has people lining up out the door to give it to them. But imagine if Starbucks was afraid and said, well, we need to keep coffee, donuts, and ham sandwiches on the menu to not offend any of our customers. We got to appeal to everyone. Imagine how small they might be right now. Imagine if they were trying to be logical and sell quality coffee at the lowest price, quality service, and that they've been in business a long time. So Starbucks is a perfect example that by specializing, you can actually build a downright massive company.
Okay. My agent just confirmed there is no check in the mail.
Time's up. Gotta go. So there's a massive lesson for you here today that you must pay attention to. If you want more customers, you must first choose the right customers. And once you choose them, you must learn to really connect with your customers' emotional challenges and actually provide really useful answers. Don't be afraid to ask them where their challenges and frustrations lie. It's a little sneaky, but those questions are really in disguise asking them where they are the most emotional. But the good news is, that's also where you can help them the most. So I hope you liked this video because I enjoyed making it for you. If you like this section and feel like you'd like to see how this kind of works in the real world, I've got a little bonus report for you in the link below. You're not going to believe how cool this thing is. What it has is 21 of the most common companies that are changing what they're doing to appeal to the right group of emotional customers. And of course, you can model it. It's also got 3 super easy ways to find out where your market is emotional. And they're just a few little changes that lead to massive, massive results. I've also got a few little sneaky surprises in there, which you can read and implement in less than 2 hours. So if you think that would be helpful for you, go ahead and click the link below. A big special thanks to my guest, Morgan Freeman. Well, sort of. I'll see you guys in video number 2, where we get into the second golden rule, which is going to allow you to charge a lot more money for what you offer, and actually have customers happily pay you for it. So Frankie on over and out. See you in the next video.
I take a look at my enormous penis, and my troubles start a melting away.